Jenny was considering giving up completely on putting out ebooks any longer since she was seeing absolutely no sales. And that's the reason why in today's video we are going to discuss factors that matter most when trying to sell KDP ebooks. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. The thing was, Jenny is from Australia, and she's a writer of romance novels. And normally with romance novels, lots of people buy the ebook version or the audiobook version of these novels. The problem is, for her specific novels, she wasn't getting any traction on the ebook versions of them. The thing was, she wanted to see more ebook sales. She was seeing paperback sales, but the ebook sales for some reason were not coming through, and she wasn't sure what the issue was. And since the paperbacks were in fact doing this and she was losing money on the ebook sales, she began to wonder if maybe her readers just didn't like ebooks, and that was the issue, and that she was wasting her time even bothering putting out Kindle Direct Publishing ebooks on Amazon. And so the thing was, she first went and she put her ebooks out onto the market when she first heard about this particular strategy of making sure that you are selling ebooks. In fact, I had a coaching client just yesterday who does not have any ebooks of their book on the market, and they don't fully understand what exactly is the problem. But in her case, she understood the ebooks was an important thing. So she put them on the market and she priced them at the same price that she had her paperbacks, because she figured, why would anybody want to lose value? Why would she want to lose profit on it, since the value being delivered is about the same on her paper books as it was on her ebooks? But that did not change her sales. She was still making absolutely no sales. The next thing she did was she changed the formatting on her ebooks, thinking that maybe it was the font she was using or the size, the colors, or these sorts of things that could actually create the challenge. And so by changing this around, maybe that would motivate people to purchase her ebook. And that also had absolutely no effect on the entire process, which led to a lot of frustration for Amy. That was Jenny, rather. And so the thing is that she downloaded my absolutely free self-publishing secrets checklist that you find in the description below, and she was working through it, and I was describing a number of the techniques and strategies incorporated with regards to ebooks and these other things, the tools and things that I personally use when self-publishing these books on the market. And so the thing is that she then started going through some of this and realized that she needed a little bit of help. And that's when she booked a free discovery session, which you can find below in the description. And when she booked this session, we were able to sit down and take a look at her books. And in particular, what about selling your ebooks on Amazon KDP that is the key to winning? And the first thing was her pricing. She was selling her Kindle books for around $19, $20 a piece, which she figured, since that's what she was selling her paperback book for, that should work just fine. Now that was complete nonsense, because the fact is her book should be selling at $2.99. And it's a misunderstanding of the nature of why we sell ebooks. Ebooks are not about selling ebooks. Ebooks are about pushing our paperback book sales. And this is something that so many authors get wrong when it comes to getting your books to sell. It is the fact that when we put the ebooks on the market, it's going to show a price cut through the paperback sales, showing you 90% off, for example, and your ebooks can be gotten for only $3. And the second thing is that, and this is where the power strategy comes in, it's when we are running ads against these ebooks. Notice I didn't say ebooks and paperbacks, but just the ebooks by themselves. Then what happens is a person sees $2.99, they see the cover that's amazing and the title that's amazing, and they click on it. Now they're on the ebook page and see the marked off price, like, wow, this is a really good deal if I act right now to get this book. And then they read the description, they look at the author's bio, they maybe look at the other books that are on sale by the same author. They go through all of these different steps as they're pushing themselves closer to actually making the purchase, and then they realize, maybe I'd like a paperback version since this book looks so good, and then they buy the paperback. Now notice the key to getting them into this funnel, as it's like a funnel, right, that pulls them in from the outside, coming downwards in the funnel as they're working through the sales page and these different things. It was the price of that ebook that was initially the trigger point that gets them into it. Then they sell themselves on the book that they're going to purchase, and at that point they then buy the paperback. So we're using ebooks to sell paperbacks, but the pricing on the ebooks is incredibly important. So as I was telling Jenny, she needed to make sure that that price was never more than $2.99. We're using the ebooks to sell more paperbacks. And also, there will be people who only want to buy the ebooks. The second thing is making sure that the formatting on these ebooks is exactly correct. The reason I originally went to Fiverr and Upwork to get people to do formatting for my books until I realized that I was going to need a lot of changes, and also their table of contents didn't work. Their colors, when I went to dark mode, nighttime mode on my phone, suddenly everything looked incorrect. That was because they were hard coding the colors, I think it was blue, for example, into the table of contents and the text itself, which is completely worthless. So I went back to them and they were willing to do a revision, but then they came back with other mistakes that were made with the formatting, and that was when I realized I needed to do it. I tried originally Scrivener, and then I moved over to Juto, which I now teach my students, as you can find below, the course below, on how to do formatting and getting your book absolutely perfect, I guarantee, coming through absolutely flawless. And so that was one of the things that many of my students have found, is that working through Juto, they're able to get it done. And for some students who have difficulties, I will even take that book and I will help them get that thing into the tool and format it and fixing errors, so that I guarantee, I have 100% guarantee we're going to get the book formatted, if you're willing to put in the time to just in terms of working through that process. And so we get the ebook exactly formatted. And once it's in the Juto tool, we flip a button and we can print out the ebook. We flip another button, we can print out the ones for hardbacks or paperbacks, Ingram Spark, KDP print. All of the different formats that we're going to need, no matter where we're publishing this book, we're going to be able to get it through Juto. And so that was the other thing, making sure that the formatting was correct, because her formatting was in fact slightly off in the book. She had hard-coded colors, the same mistake that I'd seen previously done before, that can be off-putting to readers who are looking at your book. Then the next thing is running ads against it. She had never really even considered running Amazon ads, and I pointed out, after having run 120 million impressions is what I've gotten on my ads over the years in the UK and the US ads, running both of those and pushing them through, I started to realize that there are some tricks here when it comes to the ads, and these Kindle books play a very critical role. And your Kindle books and your paperback books are separated on those ads. We sell them separately. And if we ever lose $2 on an ad, we kill the ad. We start the bidding price at 15 cents a click, and we set a budget of, at a minimum, of $1 a day per ad. It loses $2 total, we kill the ad. So it's just that simple. And I can tell you the ads alone have been incredibly profitable over the years. And this was something that Jenny had also not tried and not implemented, because we had problems with the ebooks and then running the ads to the ebooks, and then getting the formatting correct on the ebooks, and then also understanding the ebooks are about selling the paperbacks, because we make most of our money off paperback books. In the old days, it was even the audiobooks that would even make more money than the paperbacks. Well, now it's the paperbacks. And then the final thing is using the ebooks to collect emails. Now, she was thinking, Jenny's comment was, why in the world would I need to collect emails? And the answer is, those emails are going to, they're going to give us the ability to connect closer with our reader, to build the know, like, and trust. And it takes 7 contact points before many times people are really ready to purchase anything from us. And so we're going to need to have contact on a regular basis. When we come up with our next book, they're going to remember us from our first book. There was a book titled Top of Mind that I read several years ago that directly addressed this issue, which is when a person thinks of us, let's say in Jenny's case, it would be she was doing romance novels. When they think of these romance novels that she was doing, we want to make sure that they think of romance novels, they think of her right up front. But the only way they're going to do that is if she's holding regular contact with her readers as they're collecting emails, right? And your email collection will be done through like an email service provider like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign, which is the one I use. You can find my affiliate link below in the description. And also, or other ones. Aweber was the one I was the second one I went to. It was a little bit pricier than ActiveCampaign, and ActiveCampaign is just easier to use. And so we use it to set up a form so that we're able to collect emails. You don't even need a website. You can have it directly with the forms. And then we're collecting those emails in exchange for something free. She was giving out, this is the thing that Jenny realized, she could just as well give out a very short story from her romance universe that she's writing in exchange for the email. And then they can ask these people to help her with leaving reviews for her books, and then also in terms of helping her edit the books in the future, like in terms of beta reader versions, right? And then also these same readers would be more likely to purchase her books as she comes out with them. And with the ebook versions on Amazon KDP Select, we have the ability for a 90-day period, if we only sell ebooks through Amazon, we're able then to set them for promo days where we can go free for 5 days to increase the number of people who are downloading for free getting on our email list, learning to know, like, and trust us, and then buying our other books in the series that we have for these books. And this is one of the key power strategies of how we can use ebooks to build our email list, build our customer base, get better feedback from our books, get reviews, drive traffic to sales on the paperbacks, and also drive sales to the ebooks themselves because of all of the flexibility and the things that we can do with these ebooks. So this is the power circle. This circle of things, these exact tips here are exactly the tips that are necessary in order to really get your Amazon KDP ebooks to start selling. And the beauty of it is that the format they're using them now is no longer Mobi, but they've moved over to EPUB, which is the same format used on all of the other sites. So when we want to pull our book out of KDP Select, we'll have the option of putting it under draft to digital, for example, and selling it that way. And so there's an awful lot of things to doing it. But in the case of Jenny, her starting point was just getting my free checklist below and then booking my free discovery session, which you find below in the description. That was the key to launching her particular journey there. But the thing was, she still wasn't seeing sales once she left the thing because she hadn't implemented it. And so what did she do? She set the price to $2.99, and she started setting these free promos as well in order to generate leads. She also changed the contents of her book and added in this free short story to get people on her email list and starting getting on one-on-one contact with her readers so that she could have a better idea of what exactly she should do for her future books to make sure that she was exactly giving people what they wanted to hear when it came to her books. And as a result, she started to see both an increase of sales and people joining her email list, which also then asking them directly to start leaving reviews and boosting up the number of reviews that she was having on her books, which, surprise, surprise, increased the number of sales. And also, when she threw in this Amazon ads component to it and putting it 15 cents a click, she was able to use that to drive traffic to her ebooks and sell more paperbacks. It ended up like a slingshot effect in Jenny's particular case here, where she started seeing a massive growth across the board in the sales that she was making as a result of implementing the correct strategies at getting her ebook to sell on Amazon KDP. But then she asked me the question, which was how to sell ebooks without going through Amazon, and that's the reason why I told her you definitely want to check out this video right up here, and I'll see you over there.